So you want to go? Well, I got you. Welcome to the tier list of Master Duel. We got different options here. We have a tier 1 option, a tier 1.5, a tier 2, a rogue option, a funny but doggy, and so bad that almost barks. The first deck to analyze is Numeron. Numeron is a valid deck. Oh, well, it was a valid deck before the adventure of Runic, so I'm gonna put this as a tier 2. Every deck right now is playing counter in the main deck for spell and traps in order to counter Runic and or spells in general by playing cards like Naturia Beast, and this deck is not available anymore, in my opinion, for the competitive scene. We got Labyrinth. Labyrinth is in my opinion, is also a good tier 2 option. It's not a bad deck. It's nice, it's funny. It's something that you might enjoy, but still has the same issue of the Numeron deck because there are so many counters. Then we got Weather Painter. Even though I think Weather Painter is a very funny deck, it has a good strategy, it still has some issues that cannot be solved right now, because the entire strategy relies on you having spell and traps face up. And the field spell, even though like it's a very good card that allows your deck to pop off, it's funny, but okay. Scarecrow. Scarecrow, if you mix it with the Runic engine, I would consider it a tier 1.5, because Scarecrow, Runic, and Tri-Brigade actually have some nice interactions, and in my opinion it's actually a very good deck with solid options. But if I have to analyze a Scarecrow with his own engine, I would put it as Rogue. Drytron. I like Drytron. I mean, actually, I don't like Drytron for the playstyle, but I have to say that it's still a very valid and solid choice, and actually FTKs your opponent when you go first. So, I would consider this card, this deck, a 1.5 deck. Dark Magician, funny but doggy. Blue Eyes, funny but doggy. Then we go with the Salamangreat strategy. The Salamangreat strategy is not good enough. I'm sorry guys, it's funny, but doggy, or at least the rogue options. I will consider it funny, but doggy. Marincess. Marincess, I like the playstyle. The issue about Marincess, I believe that the deck is not strong enough. Even though it plays a lot of entraps and might counter some combo strategies, I'm not sure if I want this deck as a 1.5 or tier 2. So it plays a lot of entraps. The issue is that the end board is not that amazing, but it's not about the end board. It's about your recovery and the fact that you cannot be killed. Against Runic it has no chance, so it's not a tier 1. I'll put it as a solid control tier 1.5 option. Valiance. Valiance doesn't have all the options that we have in the current format, so it's funny, but okay. Eldlich. I'm sorry, G. You are not funny. You are so bad that almost bark. Then we got Pendulum and Demon. Let's go! Sorry, Treff. You are locked in the rogue list. Then we got Pendulum Magician without Endymions. I'll say it's a solid tier 2, this one. Actually, I might put this in a tier 2 option. It's nice against Runic. And then I can put still this in the tier 2 option, because why not? Doesn't seem so bad, to be honest. Like, the end board is amazing anyways. Alistair, my man. Alistair is, in my opinion, is a tier 1 package. It's not the pure version. I'm not talking about the pure version of Alistair. I'm talking because Alistair is a supportive engine that can be mixed with stronger engines, like for example Runic, like for example with the hero stuff that fusion summons, like for example with Dogmatika. I think Alistair as an engine per se is a tier 1.5. Especially in Master Duel, to be honest. Maybe a tier 2, actually. Maybe a tier 2. I'll put it as bottom tier 2. I think it's fine. Then we got B-Trooper. B-Trooper is funny but doggy, or so bad that almost barks. I'll say so bad that almost barks, but it's also very fun. So I'm gonna put it in funny but doggy. I think this should be the first one of the funny but doggy. Exosister. Exosister is not funny. Exosister, I mean, it has a good strategy definitely, but against Runic, I'll put this as a tier 1.5. I think it's a solid deck. It's gonna definitely be better than Marincess, and it's definitely better than Tri-Brigade. Tri-Brigade is definitely a 1.5. It has to hold the same position as Marincess. And Cyber Dragon is funny but doggy. Oh, wait a second. My men are telling me that there is no Magnifica, no Returnia, no Marta. So, I will have to change this in so bad that almost barks. DDD. Let's give those people the D. The deck is insane. I love the strategy. I love the playstyle. In the current TCG, I would have said this deck was a 1.5 when it came out, but with the adventure of Runic, I have to say it's top tier 2. It's on the top. Not strong enough to be 1.5. Definitely not strong enough to be a tier 1, but it's a solid tier 2 option. Same applies to VW. The deck is good even without VFD. You can still have your VFD options in order to lock your opponent out of the game, but the deck breaks a lot. And cannot be definitely a tier 1.5 or tier 1 option. Chainburn. So bad that almost barks. Sword Soul. Definitely a tier 1 option. The deck is very solid. The combo is very solid. Can interact against control decks very easily. Obviously, floodgates like Gods and Match might put us in trouble, but we have some solid options in order to fight those. I think Sword Soul is definitely a tier 1 option. Machina. A Machina deck is funny but okay. I love the playstyle, I love the deck. Actually, is it funny but doggy or I wanna put it in the rogue? I think actually top rogue. I like the top rogue for this deck list actually. I think it's good. Enough to be played as a rogue option. Zombie. If I have to consider Zombie, I'll say it's a rogue deck as well. Or funny but doggy. Actually, it's a rogue option. It's a rogue option. I think it's fine. Dream Mirror. Funny but doggy. I would love to play this deck. I think it's funny. And then we got Phantom Knight. Phantom Knight as an option for Master Duel. I don't like the deck. I don't like the playstyle. But I have to say, it's definitely something that... Wapple, even without the Right of Measure. Oh, I mean, it's the Enchantress is at 1. I do not like it. No, I'm gonna put it as a tier 2 option. Traptrix is... I'll say it's rogue. Almost bottom rogue. Maybe here. Zoodiac is definitely a 1.5. I think this deck is amazing. Paleozoic is... I'm sorry, Joshua. I'm sorry, Joshua. My brother Joshua, I'm really sorry. But this is... funny but doggy. Then Toons. Toon is... funny but doggy as well. I actually love Toons. It's probably the worst one here. Dogmatika. Dogmatika is... in my opinion, Dogmatika is a solid tier 2 option. I'm gonna put it here. Because why not? Guru. Guru is... definitely... funny but doggy. It's not even fun. It's so fucking bad that almost barks. Despia, I mean, tier 1 option. Nothing to discuss about it. And then Sharks. Shark is tier 2. Or Rogue. Rogue. It's definitely Rogue. Maybe top Rogue. It's actually very valuable. I think it's fine. Fluffal is also Rogue. I'll say it's funny but doggy, but I actually think Fluffal as a Rogue option is actually very good. Necrots. Necrots is also a Rogue option. Maybe... yeah, it's definitely a rogue option. Maybe top rogue. Monarch, funny but doggy. Then we got rank 8 turbo. Rank 8 Turbo is... It's basically an anti-meta strategy. It's an anti-meta strategy and it's not good enough, I would say. So I would say it's a tier 2 option. It's a tier 2 option. Let me see. I would say it's yeah, tier 2 option. Tier 2 option because it's basically an anti-meta strategy. Maybe bottom tier 2? I mean, with Despia in the meta, I would say it's Rogue. Then Badolce. Badolce is bad, funny. Rogue. It's a Rogue deck. Shadow. Funny, Badoggy. Predaplant is a solid tier 2 option. If you mix it also with the Despia, might be a 1.5. But if I have to analyze Predaplant on his own, it's definitely a tier 2 option. I'm gonna put it somewhere here. Ronic, no question asked. This one is tier 2 option as well. Not a huge fan of this deck. Lirlusk. Lirlusk Tri-Brigade, maybe also Lirlusk alone. Doesn't really do a lot. Plunder Patrol. It's a solid tier 2. I put it maybe here. Blackwing. Blackwing actually has some like Runic cannot bleed Blackwing right now. That's actually funny. Runic cannot out Blackwing right now. It's actually a counter to the Runic strategy. Against Despia gets literally destroyed. Against Wurzel gets literally destroyed. Definitely top rogue right now. It's, I mean, at least close to be top rogue. Dragon Link without Alkifibrax. Dragon Link without Alkifibrax is... I mean, we have 3 Striker Dragon. I'll say 1.5. I think it's probably one of the still the best combo decks that we have around. Dragon Maid. Dragon Maid top tier 2. Like close to be the top tier 2. Maybe here something right on those lines. BA is... Funny but doggy. Synchro Turbo is... Funny but doggy or tier 2. Or no, actually, or Rogue. One of those, to be honest. It's funny but doggy, definitely. Heroes. It's a solid tier 2 deck. I like it a lot. Very solid as a tier 2 option. Evil Twins. 1.5 with all the free space that it has, to be honest with you. I think it's a good deck. Maybe a little bit. It is shared the same class as Marincess, because Marincess has a lot of free spot sim applies with Evil Twin. Spyrals. Spyrals, solid tier 1.5. Combo decks of another level, to be honest. Top tier combo deck right now. Punk. Punk does not have Dirnoff, so it's so bad that almost barks. The Spiral, the Phantom Spiral deck, Phantom City deck is not funny. Definitely not funny. And it also got overclassed by the Karyushin deck, so it's so bad that almost barks. Dino DNA is actually a very solid option. I like it a lot as a tier 1.5. Very good counter strategy. Against Wurzel, for example, maybe top tier 1.5. I think the deck is unreal. Like the deck is actually very good on Master Duel. People are sleeping on it. Plunder. I wanna delete Plunder from this tier list. I don't even want to analyze Plunder. Then we got Mechlord. Shit here. It's funny but doggy. Stun. So bad that almost barks. If you're trying to stun your opponent in this meta, there is something wrong with you. Gremmaiju Turbo. I'm sorry, Moist. But your deck is a bottom rogue. Orcust. Orcust is actually a very good and valid tier 2 option. I like it a lot, to be honest. And at the end, we got Karyushin as tier 2 option, valid tier 2 option, because the deck relies on Floodgate, but Runic shits on Floodgates. 1.5 should be able to fight the tier 1. I'd say Karyushin, bottom, no, top tier 2 top tier 2 right now, I would say. Top tier 2. And this concludes our tier list for Master Duel. I hope you like that. And see you next time. Thank you, Farfa, for the raid, by the way.